shades on. Hustle real hard, no days off. Homie, now unless we all get caught up. Young boy, like Braveheart. You know what it is, you know what it ain't. Get it how you live, take it to the bank. Night time, don't get jumped. Bike ride with the clip top. Had them all ops, copy slipping the store clerk. Got the cops involved. My pops came through in a clutch before I saw the autopsy. Imaging ran the streets, though, but not this long. Get out the way, better make this money. Sky blue drip, head is real sunny. DEA ain't getting up from it. Jury found no guilt, you be all still judging.
I'd like to welcome everyone to Duck Samford Stadium for the 2022 Auburn High Spring Football game, and welcome our guests from Eufaula. Also like to remind everyone that drinks are for sale near the concession stand under the blue tents in the south end zone.
Broadcaster for today. Well, the Auburn Tigers coming off a big season last year, making it to the state semifinals, eventually dropping a game to Central High School in a heartbreaker. But in the Final Four of that, getting all the way there, getting set to go. A couple of new faces along the team's lines this year, a couple of new faces in the backfield. We're just about set to get it going here between the Auburn High School Tigers and the Eufaula Tigers. Eufaula nice enough to come down and give Auburn a spring game here inside Duck Samford Stadium. Red and white Tigers getting set to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Auburn will send a couple of returners back. This will be Coleman Granberry back there for the Auburn Tigers, as well as number 9, Ian Nation, who will catch this one. He will field this one and throw it back to the referee, and the Auburn High School Tiger offense will get set to go. Quarterbacking for today is Clyde Pittman for the Auburn Tigers. Rest of the offense have to be a little bit, may have to bear with us a little bit as we'll kind of get some names going. A couple of different faces on this year's offensive squad. In there in the backfield again is Davion Williams, the 5'11", 175 running back senior. Clyde Pittman also the senior quarterback at 6 foot 190 pounds. As this one will start from the 30-yard line. Today we're doing 10-minute quarters and a 20-minute half. So we'll have 10 minutes between each first and second quarter. We'll do a 20-minute halftime, and then we'll do a 10-minute third and a 10-minute fourth quarter. Pittman in the shotgun as the Tigers get set for the first snap. Handoff up the middle to Williams. Williams gets a hole outside, breaks a tackle to the 45-50, to the 45, now into Eufaula territory, to the 30, to the 25-20. Davion Williams all the way down to the 10-yard line, loses the ball, but believe he's going to be ruled down before he gets down there.
Halftime,
How
and then
about
we'll
that?
do
The
a 10-minute third and a 10-minute.
Goes for 20. 40, 60 yards down to the 10-yard line. Davion Williams with a huge run to open it up. Boy, Williams taking that over the right side. Broke a couple of tackles, was able to find his way down to the 10-yard line. And Auburn in business quickly out of the gate. Pittman runs his team up to the line of scrimmage around the 10-yard line. Couple of receivers close to us over here. That's Ian Nation, as well as Logan Blomeyer. The handoff, though, is to number 22, Tyler Flakes, who runs it to the right side, and he gets tackled down about the 1-yard line. Well, nice job by Flakes. Receives a handoff from Pittman. Kind of an off-tackle play up the middle. A nice pull block over there by number 57, Will Ward. Will Ward, the senior offensive lineman at 6 foot 190. Now Tigers will run a wildcat. Here's Davion Williams. Takes the snap to the right side. Gets stood up there. Ball is loose. They're going to be ruled down. As Davion Williams took that in the wildcat snap. Went to the right side. Could not quite get in the end zone. As he tried to follow the block over there of number 24. It's Tyler McKinnell. Actually, Tigers are going to line up once again in the wildcat formation. Here is the snap to Williams. Williams right up the middle. He's in for a touchdown. And there's the first 6 points of the 2022 season for the Auburn High School Tigers in the spring game. A wildcat formation touchdown by Davion Williams, and the Tigers are on the board first. Well, a great drive if you're Auburn to come right down the field. Only a minute and 15 seconds off the clock. Number 35, Will Best, the senior kicker at 5'11", 150, in to do the kicking duties here for the Tigers. PAT, no rush is on, and Best kicks this one through the uprights. Looks like we're going to get a false start penalty, though, on the offensive line. Yes, we will. A false start going to be called. Not sure who we're going to get that on, but we will get a false start penalty, so Best will have to re-kick this. Not going to do any rushing today on the kick attempts. So Best will get another shot at this one. No rush on. Moves this one back to the 8-yard line. So from the 8-yard line, the equivalent of about a 25-yard field goal for the extra point for Best. Eufaula defense in there just for some practice here as Will Best splits the uprights, and the Tigers lead this one 7-0. So after a minute and 15 off the clock, our score 7, Eufaula 0. This is the Auburn High School Mass Media Network. We're on the campus of Auburn High School in Duck Samford Stadium. The Auburn Tigers take the ball right down the field out of the gate. They go 70 yards. Most of those gained on a Davion Williams run, a 60-yard run from the 30 down to the 10-yard line on the opening play. It took only 3 more plays for the Tigers to punch it in on the Wildcat run by Williams. So a couple of nice runs by Williams, one by Tyler Flakes to get over to the right side. Couldn't quite punch it in a couple of times, but they do eventually get it in just a minute and 15 into this game. So now it'll be the red and white Tigers' turn to take this one over. Eufaula going to get the ball now. Best in to kick this one again. Excuse me, this is Towns McGuff is going to kick this one off. He'll do the kickoff duties for Auburn. Will Best going to do the place kicking. Towns McGuff, a junior kicker for the Tigers. Getting set to kick this one deep. McGuff readies, now runs on the ball. Kick is away as Eufaula gets set to take this one from their own 5-yard line. A fair catch is called for, and this will be run out to the 30-yard line. Going to start these drives on the 30-yard line today. Number 16, Zakiah Steele runs that one down. He's able to corral that one. Makes the fair catch, and Eufaula sends out their offense. Well, a couple of players to keep an eye on today for this Eufaula team, and one of those, number 72 out there right now, that's Patrick Screws. Screws, a 2023 commit. As the Tigers will go 5 wide on the first play of scrimmage here. Here is the snap to number 14, Copeland Cotton. Cotton throws a deep ball out to nobody. A little bit shot his receiver too far that time. That was Marquia Harris. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. Copeland Cotton in there for the Eufaula Tigers. He quarterbacks this team. We mentioned Screws just a moment ago. On the defensive side, you'll get a look at Alabama commit Yanze Pierre as well. Here's a snap in motion is number 6. Takes the handoff and gets stood up there at the line of scrimmage. That's Coleman Granberry who makes the stop. I believe there was another one on the tackle there. Yes, it was. That's Delvin Tarver who was in on that tackle. Coleman Granberry and Delvin Tarver able to make that tackle on the left side. And that brings up 3rd and long for the Eufaula Tigers. A 3rd and 12 right out of the gate here. Copeland Cotton in the shotgun for the Eufaula Tigers. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, now throws the slant on the near side. That's hauled in, but taken down right there by Andre Emilius. Emilius makes the tackle, holds him to just a couple of yards, and the Eufaula Tigers will be in a punting situation. So a nice job by the Auburn defense to swarm the ball carriers, make good tackles, and they're going to get the ball back. Emilius with the tackle there, as we just mentioned. Pass was caught that time by number 4, Dominic Floyd, the senior receiver for the Eufaula Tigers. Here's the punt again. No rush in this game. Number 9, Ian Nation, back to receive the punt. He does. And the Tigers offense will come back onto the field. Mentioning a couple of guys for this Auburn High School team. Well, we mentioned a couple for Eufaula. Mentioned a couple now for the Auburn Tigers. Braden Joyner, the Auburn commit on the field right now for the Tigers. He's on the near side, the left tackle for the Auburn Tigers. Only Division I commitment out there for the Tigers. Here is the snap in the shotgun. Now that's Davis Harson out there who will run the option down the left side. He's to the 45-50. Now the 45 gets pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. That's the Eufaula 43-yard line. A nice run on the read option by Davis Harson. Fakes the handoff on the right side to Tyler Flakes, was able to go about 20 so yards. Gonna have to count that one up from about the 35-yard line. Harson takes that for a gain of 22 yards. So the Tigers once again in business. Tigers will go 3 to the right. Now they'll switch up on the formation. Nation comes down to the near side. That's also Jalen Townsend in there. Snap to Harson. Now out of the backfield is Flex. A move at the 35-yard line. Dives ahead to the 30-yard line down at the 29. Auburn moving the ball very well these first few drives. And another first down for the Tiger offense. That was Zion Martin on the tackle there by the Eufaula Tigers. Martin, a junior for the red and white. Davis Harson in there for quarterback for the Tigers, getting a couple snaps behind him that's Cody Palmer in there. And he'll get the handoff, go left side to the 15, breaks a tackle to the 10, to the 5, and falls down just short of the goal line at the 2. Jaden Griffin takes it to the left side. Excuse me, folks, was looking at number 16, Cody Palmer. That's Jaden Griffin who took that down the left side, the running back, the junior running back for the Tigers, that is. Takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Tigers are once again in business. On a 26-yard gain by Jaden Griffin. Harson in the pistol now with Griffin behind him. Now he skips over to the left side. 2 wide receivers on the left. Fakes the handoff to Griffin. Goes left. Harson is in for the touchdown, Auburn. Davis Harson fakes the handoff on the read option to the right and runs it in for an easy 6. The Tigers are up 13-0. We haven't even played 4 minutes of ball yet. Well, Davis Harson certainly getting a whole lot of notoriety over the last couple of weeks. You're wondering if Davis is going to be the all-time quarterback or if that's going to be Clyde Pittman. Pittman's certainly earned it as the senior on this team. But you can't overlook the talent of Davis Harson, and it's a good problem to have for the Tigers. Extra point is up and good, and it's quickly 14-0 Auburn Tigers. And we'll take a break on Auburn Mass Media. We'll be right back to give you the action after this. Back inside Duck Samford Stadium, the Auburn Tigers up on the Eufaula Tigers, 14-0 right out of the gate. And they're set to kick it off. Townsend Guff will kick this one away. End over end kick falls down at about the 9-yard line, fielded by the Eufaula Tigers out there, number 16 for the red and white. That's Zakiah Steele. Steele, the sophomore wide receiver for the Eufaula Tigers, brings that one in. And Eufaula will bring the offense back out onto the field. Andre Emilius, a nice tackle. Nice open field tackle last time. Also a highlight of the drive, the tackle by Coleman Granberry and Devin Tarver. Tarver taking down. Now here's a run by the Eufaula Tigers right up the middle. Off tackle on the first play. Goes nowhere as the Auburn defense swarms to him. It looked like that was Will Walker in there on the tackle. May have been Adam Al-Riyami, who was in on the tackle as well. Now here's an off-tackle run to the left side. 2 tackles broken. Now working his way up the field is the Eufaula running back. That's Jaquavius Moss, who's finally taken down at about the 32-yard line or so, it looks like. Yes, it was. In on the tackle, a couple of Tigers. Closest one was Mark Toland, the senior defensive end for the Tigers. So that'll bring up now 3rd and 7 for Eufaula, having to get to the 40-yard line at the 33. Cotton in the shotgun, drops back on a three-step drop. Now we'll throw it over the middle, and a nice one-handed catch by the Eufaula receiver, number 9. That's Yanze Pierre. We mentioned him a couple of times as we started the broadcast here. Yanze Pierre, the 4-star recruit, headed to Alabama. Pierre pulls that in with one hand and finally taken down over there by number 23 for the Tigers, Graham Young. So the Eufaula Tigers in business now. Here's the handoff up the middle and a nice play. Back in the backfield is Mark Tolan, who will bring down the Eufaula running back. Loss on the play of about 2 yards. Mark Tolan shot through the left side, was able to get off his block and brought down the running back on the off-tackle play. So quickly, 2nd and long now for the Eufaula Tigers. They'll head to the line. Yanze Pierre, the tight end, over on the near side closest to us. Copeland Cotton in the shotgun for Eufaula. Fakes the handoff. Now a 3-step drop over the middle, trying to hit number 15 for the Tigers. That's LeCaviante Pugh, the wide receiver for Eufaula. He's a junior. Pass broken up, or defended, I guess, that time by Graham Young. Senior defensive back. Graham got good size at 6'2", 165. Was able to defend that well. So with 3rd and 12, looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field here. We'll keep it here for you. Auburn leading this one 14-0 inside Duck Samford Stadium. 4:53 left to go on the clock in the first quarter. If you weren't with us to start the broadcast, we're going to go 10-minute quarters here. So 10 minutes in the first, 10 minutes in the second. We'll get a 20-minute halftime. Get a 20-minute halftime break, and then 10 minutes in the third and 10 minutes in the fourth to round this one out. 40 minutes of football for you tonight. This Auburn team, again, coming off of a heartbreaking loss in the semifinals to Central High School last season. Certainly a little bit of controversy around that game, but the Auburn Tigers back this year with a new passion. Got a couple of new faces, especially on the offensive line. Of course, Auburn losing 2 or 3 guys on the offensive line last season, kind of having to rebuild that piece of the team. And so Coach Etheridge and the Tigers certainly looking for guys to kind of step up this season, but the skill position players are there for the Tigers to make a deep run. Eufaula back on the field for a 3rd and 12, 3rd and long for the Eufaula Tigers. Cotton takes the snap, but not before a flag comes in at the 44-yard line. Believe we're going to get a false start on Eufaula. Going to have to see what this one is. Conversation down there with Coach Etheridge. Actually going to get an offsides on Auburn. Didn't see who that was on. May have been a lined up in the neutral zone infraction, something like that. But Tigers do commit a penalty here, so Eufaula will have it a little bit closer here. 3rd and 7. 2 wide receivers to either side of Copeland. Takes the snap. Rush is on. It's a screen, and Auburn swallows that up at midfield. Number 94, Adam Alriami, takes him down. The senior at 5'11", 235, defensive tackle, able to jump on that screen, sniffed it out, and the Tigers a fourth down for Eufaula. Eufaula back to punt now. Again, no rush in this game. Tigers will send number 3, Logan Blomeyer, back to receive the punt. Is in the air and down at the 12-yard line. I believe the referee threw the beanbag out at about the 13. Looked like it was at the 12. But Logan Blomeyer does bring that one in. They're going to put that at the 13. So the Tigers will set up at their own 13 with 4:15 remaining in this first period of action, leading Eufaula 14-0. And back out for his second drive of work is Davis Harson, the junior quarterback for the blue and white. Alongside him, a couple of other players of note. Ian Nation out there, the junior wide receiver, runs on. Number 18, Jalen Townsend out there. And number 27, Silas Mason, also going to run to the near side of the field closest to us. Another wide receiver out there having a hard time making out who that is. But Harsin in the shotgun will take the first snap, drops back, 3 steps drop. Now an out route over here to Nation. Nation makes a move up the sideline, brought down. A nice tackle over here by number 21 for the Eufaula Tigers. That's Zion Martin. Martin, the sophomore defensive back, takes down the quick Nation on the out route. But a nice throw and catch by Harsin and Nation. And that'll bring up 2nd and 1 on the 9-yard gain. Harsin in the shotgun. Behind him is Jaden Griffin. Griffin splits out to the left side. Pierre on the blitz, runs right through Braden Joyner. Screen was set up to Blomeyer. Harsin wasn't able to get it to him as he blew it into the dirt. Yeah, so a good matchup over here. What could possibly be a matchup for many years to come in Yanze Pierre and Braden Joyner. Pierre kind of doing a bull rush on Braden Joyner over here. Here is the handoff to Jaden Griffin on the next play. Bounces outside. First down up to the 42-yard line and more. The Tigers have another first down. Harsin and Griffin running that zone read to perfection as they get through for a first down. And the Tigers have it at the 42. Into the game now, Davion Williams, who had that big run already, has racked up close to 70 yards on the day. Another big run for him will put him over 100 in this first quarter. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter of action between these two teams. Davis Harsin in the shotgun for the Tigers. Takes the snap. Fake to Blomeyer up the middle to Williams. Williams puts his head down, rumbles ahead, and gets about 5 yards on a tough run by Davion Williams. Into the game now, looking for his first action. Marion Walker, a senior wide receiver at 6 foot 160. He's to the near side, closest to us. Also number 81, Griffin McLean. Griffin, a two-sport athlete for the Tigers, football and basketball. He lines up in the slot as the tight end. Harsin takes a snap, drops back, screen set up to Williams. He's got a lot of green in front of him, out to the 40-yard line and stumbles out of bounds at about the 37. Braden Joyner kind of missed the block down here. Looked like he was going to be able to get in front of the Eufaula player down here, but the defensive back kind of sidestepping was able to make the tackle on Davion Williams. But a big gain for the Auburn High Tigers. The screen set up nicely there by Davis Harsin. And Williams already having a huge game. Close to 100 purpose yards already for Davion Williams. Snap to Harsin. Takes a step. Now throws the deep ball. Out there is number 10 for the Tigers. That's that's Marcellus Josephson. Excuse me on that one. Marcellus goes up and grabs it at about the 4-yard line, and the Tigers are in business. Marcellus Josephson was able to go up and grab that one. They'll mark that one at the 2-yard line. What a catch by the senior wideout. 6'1", 175. Marcellus goes up, makes his first grab of the day, and the Tigers are knocking on the door once again. Auburn going to send in Jaden Warren now in a heavy package. Back there is Braden Joyner. He takes the snap, and he gets into the end zone. Braden Jordan, how about a little fridge action? Takes it right up the middle. And playing the role of fullback, takes it in, and the Tigers go up 20-0 over the Eufaula Tigers. Another nice drive that time by Auburn, just moving methodically down the field. Couple of screen passes, couple of big runs, and of course the big pass from Davis Harsin to Marcellus Josephson down to the 2-yard line, set the Tigers up. Braden Joyner finishes it off, and Auburn's got a big lead. Tigers have put up 21 points here in the first quarter alone. Still 2 minutes left to go. Number 33, Towns McGuff in for the PAT. And the snap is no good. McGuff going to go backwards, pick it up at the 29-yard line. He's going to bring it back, throw it ahead. And it kind of looked like he wanted to redo that one. They're going to call the ball dead and say that the field goal attempt was no good. So a bad snap that time will keep one extra point off the board. But the Tigers do lead it 20-0. After 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes gone by in this one. We'll take a very quick break. Be right back on Auburn High School Mass Media.
Through the years, we've faced events that have challenged our lung health. and respiratory therapists saved lives through them all. We've come a long way since the iron lung, but respiratory therapy remains an essential piece to patient care. Heroically working on the front lines of COVID-19 and its new waves and variants, respiratory therapists save lives, essential to patient care. Take time to thank a respiratory therapist by getting your COVID-19 vaccine today.
Dayton Goodall in to attempt the kick for the Tigers. He'll get set up at the 40-yard line, now kicks it away to the Eufaula Tigers. Down there to receive the kick is number 20, Java Williams, the sophomore running back, also playing a little bit of defensive back for this Eufaula Tiger team. He calls for the fair catch, and the ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line. Now, Eufaula gone 0 on their first couple possessions here. A nice job by the Auburn defense to snuff out a couple of drives thus far. Copeland Cotton in there for the Eufaula Tigers to quarterback them once again on this drive. Right beside him is number 2, Marquina Harris, the junior running back. Cotton takes the snap, fakes the handoff, takes it right up the middle, and runs ahead for about 3 yards on the play. Brought down up the middle. Looked like that was number 79, Aaron Streetman. No, excuse me, that's number 92 who was in there on that one, Caleb Crawford, the junior defensive tackle for the Tigers. So that'll bring up 2nd and 7, about 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in quarter number 1 between these two squads. Cotton in the shotgun, now calls for his tight end in motion, takes a step, 5-step drop, now going to throw up the sideline to an open receiver. That's caught out there. Aurelia Slaughter brings that in, the junior wide out for the Eufaula Tigers, and that is a Eufaula first down. Stop out there was made by number 23, Graham Young, senior defensive back for the Tigers. Graham been in on a couple of tackles. Going to be a big piece for this Auburn Tiger team in the fall. Eufaula with a little life here moving the ball. Cotton fakes the handoff, but he is gobbled up in the backfield now by Mark Tolan. Tolan, his second tackle for loss on the night. Tolan in the backfield, makes a nice play. The defensive end gets back there for the Tigers. Play kind of set up on the outside. Clark Cleveland made a really nice bull rush attempt, the linebacker, to get back in the backfield and stop the motion to the right side. Mark Tolan there to clean it up. Deonze Pierre back in there for the Eufaula Tigers. Snap taken by Cotton, and the ball is loose. On the ground with it is Tolan fighting with a Eufaula player. That's number 5 for the Eufaula Tigers. That's Javarius Washington, who was in on it with Mark Tolan. He does scoop up the loose ball, but the Tigers make their way into the backfield. Believe the initial hit came that time by Cade Rayburn for the Tigers, the senior defensive end. Cade Rayburn in the backfield. He juts the ball loose from Copeland Cotton. Tigers not able to fall on it. But Eufaula will have 3rd and very long to go. And now a false start going to be called. And Auburn, once again, was going to be in the backfield. That was Cade Rayburn again, who made a bull rush attempt on Copeland Cotton that time. But a false start going to move the Eufaula Tigers backwards even further. How often do you see a 3rd and 29 here? 5 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Will Eufaula get a snap off here? They're taking this down. They just get the snap off, and in the backfield is Toland again, and Copeland Cotton is down. Auburn brings him down for the sack on 3rd and 29. Mark Toland made the initial rush on that one, cleaned up in the backfield that time by number 79, believe that's Aaron Streetman in the backfield. And what a job by the Auburn defense to hold Eufaula scoreless in the first quarter. So at the end of one, Auburn 20, Eufaula nothing. Getting ready to get Auburn the ball back here with 4th and very long for the Eufaula Tigers on deck. We'll be right back. This is the Auburn High Mass Media Channel.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Welcome back to the Auburn High School Mass Media channel. Eufaula Tigers go scoreless in that first quarter of action, and now they're set to punt it away from their own 15-yard line. Boy, the Auburn defense been swarming today. Eufaula getting ready to punt this one away. Tigers have, I believe that's number 9 back there. Ian Nation will receive the punt. Eufaula will punt this one away. Nation under it, grabs it at about the 45-yard line, and that's where the Tiger offense will set up. Davis Harson back out there again for his third drive here to start the second quarter of action. Actually going to spot that back at the Auburn 46. So the Tigers will start technically in their own territory here. A couple of guys in there. You got Blomeyer in there as a wide out. Also making what looks to be his first appearance in this one is Gibson Loveridge, a 6'2 junior wide out, standing at 190 pounds. He's down here to the near side of us. Now the Auburn High offense getting set to go. Harson taking the snap. 3-step drop, throws it right over the middle. Wide open, Blomeyer at the 50-yard line. Picks it upfield to the 45. He's out of bounds at the 42-yard line. No, they'll mark him out at the 41. Logan Blomeyer, a big gain on first down, and the Tigers are in Eufaula territory. A nice crossing route there by Blomeyer to just go right across the field. Harson able to find him. Throw was a little bit high, but Blomeyer able to come down with it. Now Marcellus Josephson in the game, and he gets the screen pass out to the right side. Got a big hold of the 30. Down the sideline to the 25. Pushed out of bounds, but a flag going to come down at the 34-yard line. We may get a hold here. Number 18, Jalen Townsend, ahead of the pack, may be called for holding here. We'll see what we get from the officiating crew. As they're discussing it now, yes, this is going to be on Auburn. We believe that's a holding call on Jalen Townsend. Nice play by Auburn to set it up. And, yeah, there it is if you can see it. Townsend given the flag. Actually, that may have been a Marion Warren that they got out in front blocking for Josephson. But Josephson's made 2 catches and produced some big yardage in both, but one gets called back here. And now the Tigers will have to move it back to the 39-yard line. 9:22 left to go here in the second quarter of action. Auburn 20, Eufaula nothing. At the 39-yard line, Davis Harson and the Auburn Tigers set to go back to work. Here is a snap to Harson. Gives this one off up the middle to Flakes. Flakes on the left side to the 30, the 25, 20, got a hold 15, 10. Now tries to dive to the end zone all the way down to the 2. Ball comes loose near the goal line. Auburn has it, though. Auburn falls on that one. A Marion Warren heads up, able to get on that one towards the goal line. Tyler Flakes takes it off the left side and is able to get all the way down to the 2-yard line. So the Tigers keep knocking on the door here and in business to go up 27-0 if they can punch it in here. Well, as you may hear, the Auburn Tigers so far dealing with a couple problems with fumbling the ball, especially when they get down. They've had a couple of runs where maybe they're trying to stretch it out. And you always expect a little sloppiness in the game, as here is Harson rolling out to the right side, tries to throw to, I believe that's Marcellus Josephson. No, I believe that's actually Jalen Townsend, who he tried to find back across the middle, a little bit behind him, and that'll bring up second down and goal for the Tigers. Yeah, just out of the reach of Jalen Townsend. Harson rolling out to the right side. Looked like Harson had some room to maybe try and run that one in. Chose to try and get it to Townsend in the end zone, was unable to do so. Warren split out to the far side along with Townsend. Over here to the near side, Grayson Vandenberg. Gibson Lussridge over here. Close to us. In the backfield for the Tigers is Jaden Griffin. The give to him. He's up the middle and in for the touchdown. Jaden Griffin right up the middle for Auburn. The Tigers are on the board once again. It's a 26-0 game, extra point pending. Right down the field, the Tigers go once again. The offense looks to be clicking on all cylinders. And the Tigers do lose a couple of big pieces on the offensive line. You lose guys like Eston Harris, Drew Bobo, Court Bradley, gone from a couple of years back, but some big names from the Auburn High School Tigers gone after this year. The Auburn offensive line looking like they are not missing a beat, though. Here is the snap for the extra point for the Tigers, kicked through by Towns McGuff. That one's good, and the Tigers lead this one 27-0. 8:20 left to go in the second quarter of action. We'll take another quick break on the Auburn High Mass Media channel and be right back.
When you take your car in for an oil change, a good mechanic will also take care of other routine maintenance to make sure your car runs safely and efficiently. Protecting your health isn't much different. When you get a COVID-19 vaccine, it's important to make sure you're also protected from other serious but preventable diseases. It's easy and convenient to get other routine vaccines at the same time as a COVID-19 vaccine. So make sure you ask a healthcare professional about other vaccines you may need to maintain your health.
Welcome back to Duck Samford Stadium. Tigers on top of the Eufaula Tigers, 27-0 here in the second quarter of action. 8:20 left to go before halftime. We're playing 10-minute quarters and have a 20-minute halftime scheduled for you. As the kick is away to the Eufaula receiving corps into the hands of Java Williams. That'll be taken a fair catch at the 5-yard line. Kicked off that time by number 23, Jaden Goodall, the senior kicker. Auburn got a couple of kicking specialists trying out this spring, as the Tigers now will send the defense back onto the field. Eufaula trying to get on the scoreboard before halftime. They'll send out quarterback Copeland Cotton once again to run the offense starting at the 30-yard line. Here is the snap to Cotton. Cotton now takes the quarterback draw up the middle. After him is number 12 for the Tigers. That's Coleman Granberry, who was almost in on the tackle. But Jalen Davis eventually taking him down on the left side. A nice play to get in the backfield by Granberry. Jalen Davis in there to clean it up. So a tackle for loss by Davis. And Eufaula's got a 2nd and 11 now. Eufaula comes out 2 to the far side, but the give is up the middle, and going nowhere is the Eufaula running back, number 62, Deuce White, in on the action. The defensive tackle at 6'1", 240, stands up the Eufaula running back. Number 3, Antron Mitchell on the carry that time, the junior skill player, really. He's kind of a split back for the Eufaula Tigers, taken down by Deuce White up the middle. So yet again, Eufaula faced with the 3rd, and we'll call it intermediate here, 3rd and 9. Cotton in the backfield alongside Mitchell to his right. 2 wide receivers to the far side for Eufaula. Snap to Cotton. He is back. Throws it across the middle. Almost picked off down here by number 45, Ty Hudson, the sophomore linebacker, but that sails over the head of the intended receiver for the Eufaula Tigers. That's number 12, Browning Anderson, who couldn't pull that one in. And Eufaula will be forced to punt once again. Blomeyer back to receive for the Auburn Tigers at his own 30-yard line. Got his heels on the 30 out there. Eufaula will be forced to punt once again as they go 3 and out. But with this Auburn Tiger defense looking stout so far in this spring game. Snap and kick is away. Blomeyer chases this one down. Ball will hit and roll to the 30-yard line. Blomeyer will pick it up, and that's where the Tigers will start it on this next drive. 7:04 left to go in this one. 27-0 Tigers as they are back out on the field. Davis Harson comes in for another drive, his 4th drive of the game. And so far, he and his offense have been stellar. And drives where Harson has quarterbacked the Tigers, they are 3 for 3 in touchdowns scored. Of course, the first one of the game, Clyde Pittman, the senior quarterback, Takes the Tigers down the field, courtesy of a Davion Williams 60-yard run. Harsin in the backfield with Williams here as the Tigers get ready to start it out from their own 31-yard line. 2 receivers to either side for Auburn. Eufaula comes out with heavy line on the defensive. Now Harsin drops back. A quick step drop. Now floats this one out. Pass is caught by Nation. Nation makes a man miss at the 35. He's up the sideline to the 30. Now to the 25, 20, and runs out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Ian Nation, the junior wideout, able to get ahead of the defense. Pulls it in, makes a man miss, and the Tigers once again are in business. A nice double move down there on the far side. Nation just kind of ran past him. Not a great throw by Harsin as it was a little bit short, but Nathan able to make his man miss. Get a couple of yards after the catch for the Tigers. Harsin back down the field at the 22-yard line now with his Auburn offense out. Williams in the backfield behind Harsin to the left side. Snap to Harsin, 2-step drop. Now an out route over here to number 18, Townsend. Townsend got hit hard over here. Was able to pull in the catch. Stop was made by Java Williams, the sophomore defensive back. He hit Townsend very hard, and boy, dangerous hit there. Actually, may have been number 3 on the tackle there. Yes, I believe that was Antron Mitchell who had the big hit on Townsend. But Townsend does haul in his second catch of the day. And the play picks up 11 yards, a first down for the Auburn Tigers here at the 12-yard line. Harsin in the backfield with Flakes to his left. Now calls for motion from Townsend. Back to the left is Townsend. They'll fake the snap to Flakes. Now throw it in the end zone to a wide open Marion Warren, who couldn't pull that one in. Oh, Marion Warren in the back of the end zone was wide open. Harsin able to hit him in the hands. Warren just couldn't pull that one in. Sometimes you get to thinking a little too much on the easy ones there. Marion Warren just couldn't pull that one in. From the 12-yard line, it'll be Harsin in the offense. Flakes behind him in a pistol formation. Couple receivers to either side. Now Flakes moves to the right side. Here's the snap to Harsin. 3-step drop. Now throws a fade route into the end zone. And I don't think Ian Nation ever saw that one. Nation, the intended receiver over there in the back of the end zone. As he kind of came out of his break a little late there, didn't see the ball. Harsin may have floated that one a little bit too short of the receiver. And the Tigers will have 3rd and 10 now from the 13-yard line. It's actually going to be from the 12-yard line on the near hash. Couple receivers left, couple receivers right again for the Tigers. And Auburn likes to start in this kind of pistol formation, then move the running back to either side. Here is Griffin in the game. Now the screen pass over to the left side to number 81. That's Griffin McLean, who takes the pass all the way into the end zone, and he is in for the Auburn Tiger touchdown. McLean takes that one all the way home. Boy, what a nice play by Davis Harsin to get it over to his wideout. Kind of going to his left. They set up the screen on the left side. Eufaula wasn't ready for it. Now the extra point attempt with 5:14 left to go in the second quarter of action. This is number 35, Will Best, who will do the kicking duty. Started the game as the first kicker to come in and put the kick up. He'll get another chance here, knock it through, and the Tigers increase that lead to 34-0. Tigers drive down the field once again and get into the end zone, and we'll be right back on the Auburn High Mass Media channel with Auburn leading this one 34-0.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Welcome back to Duck Samford Stadium. Auburn Tigers on top of the Eufaula Tigers, 34-0. We're in a heat timeout right now. This is a mandatory timeout for both teams. A 2-minute timeout here. Catch breath, get some water. With 5:14 left to go in the second quarter, this Auburn Tiger team has looked pretty stout so far. Give you a couple highlights of today's action. A couple of nice catches by number 10, Marcellus Josephson. He catches, first of all, a 31-yard pass from Davis Harson down to the 2-yard line earlier, set up the Auburn touchdown. Also caught a nice screen pass over from Harson earlier on the near side close to us on the Eufaula 40-yard line. Took that one for about a 20-yard gain. Unfortunately, was brought down with a flag. Tigers had to come back with that one, but Josephson has made his presence known a couple of times today. An athletic, tall wide out at 6'2". Josephson earning some playing time here as the senior wideout. Also a good day so far for the Tigers. Davion Williams, of course, the senior running back. Phenomenal last season for the Tigers. Will be able to come back, make his presence felt once again. And in this quarterback battle as well, Clyde Pittman and Davis Harson both duking this one out. Pittman, the senior quarterback, but Davis Harson has shown the ability to take the Tigers down to the end zone today. 4 drives and 4 touchdowns for Harson. Here is the kickoff by number 33, Towns Magoo. He will kick that one through the end zone, and the Tigers will come back out on defense. Looks like we're going to go with a couple of guys, maybe a little bit down the roster here. Yeah, going to get to see a couple of guys in on some action here that we don't normally get to see. Some guys wearing a couple different numbers than we're used to. So you may have to bear with us here, folks. Copeland Cotton, that is, in for the Eufaula Tigers. Takes the snap, throws this one over to the right side. In on the play is number 13. That's DJ Witcher, the junior defensive back who makes the play. Over on the far side, pass was pulled in by Aurelius Slaughter, the junior wideout for the Eufaula Tigers. Up to the 34-yard line they'll go. And Eufaula picks up 4 on the opening play. Witcher, his first tackle of the day. Now, here are the Tigers back out on defense. Eufaula throws it over to the near side. This pass is pulled in by number 12. That's Browning Anderson. Stop made over here by number 6. We do not have a number 6. Do not have a name for that number. That may be Maddox Jones down there. We'll have to get a name on you. Maybe Omari Brown as well. Here's a pass over by Copeland Cotton to number 4 for the Eufaula Tigers. Breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races. Oh, pulled down on a nice stop out there. That's Dominique Floyd, who took it down for the Eufaula Tigers. Number 5, that's Ryan Sinclair, who was able to stop him short of going the distance. Boy, a nice effort by Ryan, the junior linebacker for the Tigers. He's able to pull down the receiver and keep 6 off the board. Copeland Cotton back in the shotgun for the Eufaula Tigers. No wide receivers now. Throw over to the near side is complete. Out to the 35-yard line. Stop again. Sinclair in there for his second tackle in a row. Sinclair making his presence felt. 35-yard line now for the Eufaula Tigers. Cotton and his offense starting to put a couple of things together here with 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Couple of wide receivers to the either side of Cotton, and now a timeout by Coach Etheridge down here, and the Tigers are going to talk about this one for a little bit. Yeah, getting beaten up by the air attack right now by the Eufaula Tigers are the blue and white. So they'll talk about it, and while they do, we'll send you to break on the Auburn High Mass Media channel. We'll be right back to give you the last couple of minutes of the second quarter. You're watching Auburn High School football on the Auburn High School Mass Media channel. to action at Duck Samford. Cotton takes a snap for the Eufaula Tigers, breaks a tackle, bounces it outside to the right. He's got his first down and is finally shoved out of bounds at the 24-yard line by number 24, Sean Lawhorn, the senior defensive back. Pushes him out over there. Cotton has shown the ability to be kind of a dual threat quarterback today. He's got some running ability. He's also shown some good arm strength so far. So he's able to fit a couple of slant passes into some tight windows. Cotton in the shotgun for the Tigers, takes the snap, drops back, now throws this one deep to Yanze Pierre. Pierre has it. He walks it in for the touchdown, and the Eufaula Tigers are on the board. Tough to defend Yanze Pierre with his size. The tight end kind of shoots right up the gap for Eufaula, and all Cotton had to do was get it up in the air. Pierre turns around. Nothing DJ Witcher could do about that one. And the Eufaula Tigers are on the board here. 34-6 your score with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter of action. No kicker in there right now for the Eufaula Tigers, and now they will send one out. Play clock only at 17 seconds. This is number 47, Hario Salas, in the junior, to kick the extra point. This one's up. He knocks this one through the uprights, and Eufaula is on the board with 7 of their own. So the Auburn Tigers second-team defense not able to keep Eufaula off the board, and now they'll send the offense back out right after this on the Auburn High School Mass Media channel.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Welcome back to Duck Samford Stadium. The Tigers against the Eufaula Tigers today in the spring game for these Auburn High School Tigers. Out here to try to get some work in, maybe get a couple of new names, some playing time. Auburn leading this one 34-7 over the Tigers of Eufaula. 3 minutes left to go in this second period of action. We're going to play 4 10-minute quarters today, folks. Also going to have a 20-minute halftime. So you may have to bear with us there. We'll try to give you a couple of updates at halftime when we can. Kind of run down what we expect to see of the team this year. 34-7, Auburn leading this one. Here is the first kickoff of the day by the Eufaula Tigers. Grabbing that one is Ian Nation back at the 10-yard line. The Tigers will take over from their own 30. Davis Harson trotting his offense back on the field for his 5th drive of the day. And Auburn going to leave in the first teamers here from the 30-yard line. They will start this drive. Also into the game, Marcellus Josephson and Logan Blomeyer, the wide receivers, in there, going to be on the near side. Yanze Pierre out there for the Eufaula Tigers as well, playing both sides for the red and white. Harson in the shotgun, and back there with him is Jaden Griffin. And he gives it to Griffin. Griffin right up the gut out to the 35 to the 36-yard line. Taken down at the 37 is Jaden Griffin, a 7-yard run. Junior running back takes that one off tackle, but cut it back up the middle. Was able to get out 7 yards. That'll set up a 2nd and 3 for the Tigers. Snap to Harson. 5-step drop. Now he's looking for some running room, in some trouble, and he's going to be brought down by the Eufaula defense. Back for the stop was number 97, Xavier Dennis, who brought down Harson. Harson getting up looks like he maybe a little shaken up there, kind of trotting off a little funny. Have to check on him. Clyde Pittman going to come back into this game. Boy, if you're Auburn, you hate to see an injury to a guy. You hate to see an injury to a guy you may be counting on in a spring game like this, one that doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all in the standings. But here is the Auburn offense out with Pittman again. Gets the pass over to Williams. The screen pass goes up to the 35-yard line on 3rd and 7, but not going to be enough for a first down. And the Tigers, for the first time today, are going to have to punt this one away. So the first 5 drives for the Auburn Tigers end in touchdowns. But the 6th one comes up. Tigers not able to pick up 10 yards. And the Tigers going to have to punt this one away from the 35-yard line. We're going to take a timeout here. Tigers going to talk about this one. Eufaula going to send the return team back. We've got 1 minute and 43 seconds left to go in this second quarter. If you haven't been with us and you're just tuning in, this is the Auburn High School spring game. Tigers playing host to Eufaula here. Eufaula nice enough to come down and give the Tigers a spring game here, the AHS Day, as you may refer to it. Davis Harson and the Auburn Tiger offense have been stellar today. 5 touchdowns on 5 drives, but the Tigers go 3 and out there and are likely going to have to end up punting this one away to a Eufaula team who was held scoreless in the first quarter, but have come back out, put 7 up on the board. Copeland Cotton, a 24-yard touchdown pass to Yanze Pierre, the 4-star tight end Alabama commit. Pulled it in around the 2-yard line, ran it the rest of the way. And now the Tigers will get set to punt it away for the first time today. This is Tyler McKinnell back to punt this one. It's a snap, a nice spiraling kick as it ends up around the 33-yard line. 34, they'll spot it. And the Eufaula Tigers will take it there. So the Auburn defense comes back out onto the field. Last time they give up the drive to the Eufaula Tigers. Eufaula will send out the starters once again. This Tiger defense, more of the second-team defense in right now for the Tigers. Not seeing a lot of guys that may have started last year, but getting kind of that cavalry, kind of the second team that you're hoping to count on for depth. You got to get them schooled up, ready to play. Copeland Cotton in for another drive for the Eufaula Tigers. Takes a snap, 3-step drop. Now will throw deep down the field to his receiver on the far side. That's number 4 for Eufaula, Dominic Floyd. Floyd not able to run that one down on the coverage. Believe that was Graham. No, it was actually not Graham Young. That was Sean Lawhorn over there, the senior defensive back. A flag actually thrown on the play. That was over here on the near sideline, and on the far sideline, the pass ended up. Not sure who made that call. Didn't even see the flag come in. Let's see what the call is here. Is it? Wow, so there is the call. A defensive face mask was called. Not sure who it's on, as we don't get a number. Well, that's a 5-yard penalty on the incidental face mask, and so Eufaula going to get to do first down again. And that's actually a 15-yard penalty. They will say just face mask. So that'll come out to the 49-yard line. And with 1.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter, Eufaula already on the move. Cotton in the shotgun, 5 wide receivers, empty backfield. A couple of starters back in there for the Tigers. Pass over the middle to a wide open number 8 for Eufaula. That's Kenobi Young. Young, a senior wide out, gets the slant pass from Cotton. Up the middle of the field, a nice route by Young, taken down by Graham Young. A last name counterpart on the other side. Graham Young, the senior defensive back, takes him down. Going to be a big year for Graham Young. Cotton fakes the snap. Couple of Auburn Tigers jump. Let's see who they get this on. And yes, it will be on the Auburn defense. Boy, the Auburn coach is not happy with that one. Thought that maybe some movement up front caused the Auburn defensive line to jump. They will send in a couple of defensive tackles to replace the middle right here. Copeland Cotton will take it to the right side. He'll use his legs to get all the way to the 34. Is hit just shy of the 33-yard line. Cotton gets up to the 34. Knocked out by Andre Amilis, who will get credit for the tackle. Andre, a big, long defensive back at 6'3", 185. The senior going to be counted on in that secondary this year, along with Graham Young, as we just mentioned. Eufaula on the move. 1:03 left in this second quarter. Ready to take the snap is Copeland Cotton. Cotton, the right-hander, now drops back. Auburn sends the rush. Pass over to the left side, and it is blown up by Graham Young. Pass was a little bit high for the receiver. That's number 6 for Eufaula. Aurelius Slaughter, who couldn't pull that one in. Graham Young made sure of it as he was able to put the lick on Slaughter. So 59 seconds left to go. We'll call it a minute left in the second quarter, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Eufaula. Cotton in the backfield alongside number 7. That's Jaquavius Moss, but this is a reverse to Slaughter, and he is pulled down before he can get to the outside by Clark Cleveland. Cleveland reads that one beautifully as he stays home, able to recognize the reverse and pull down Slaughter in the backfield for a loss of 6. It's 4th and 10, and Eufaula believe here with 40 seconds they may just leave their offense on the field. Clock is running now down to 30 seconds. Eufaula going to check the wristbands again. And if they're going to score here, they're going to need to get moving. 25 seconds, now 22 seconds. Clock running, now we're inside 20 seconds. Now 15 seconds. Cotton still hasn't snapped the ball. Now he will on 4th and 10. Running around, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Deuce White gets in there, brings down Cotton for the sack. And the Tigers will have the ball with only 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Boy, an interesting blitz package there by defensive coordinator Scott Goolsby. The defense with a little bit of a delayed blitz on the far side. Deuce White comes around the tackle, able to pull down the quarterback. And now Auburn going to have maybe a shot at the end zone here. We'll see if they elect to take it up 34-7. But this may be a time where if you're Auburn, you work on a tip drill, you work on something with your Hail Mary package. Wonder if we'll see that or if the Tigers will just run out the clock here. Tigers set up in 2 wide receivers to either side. Not sure we're going to see anything spectacular here. Let's see what they choose to do. Harson will drop back. Now throws a screen pass to number 9, Nation. Nation makes a move. Now up to the 40-yard line, 35-30. Trying to break away down the 25, but he is pulled down at the 20-yard line. That's the 23-yard line out there on the stop. It looks like that's number 9, Yanze Pierre, who was out there and making the tackle. So Ian Nation takes it all the way down to the 23. Tigers run a little screen pass, almost able to take it the distance, but finally pulled down was Nation, and the Tigers are out of luck on that drive. But not before a first half of football where the Tigers outscore the Eufaula Tigers 34-7, and now we'll head into the locker room with that lead for 20 minutes. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's go ahead, Auburn Mass Media. Let's take a break for about 10 minutes or so. Come back, give you some action, give you maybe a couple of highlights of the season and a couple of things to look forward to this next year. We'll send it to break again, and then we'll come back with the third quarter of action. This is the Auburn High School Spring Game on the Auburn High Mass Media channel.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Through the years, we've faced events that have challenged our lung health, and respiratory therapists saved lives through them all. We've come a long way since the iron lung, but respiratory therapy remains an essential piece to patient care. Heroically working on the front lines of COVID-19 and its new waves and variants, respiratory therapists save lives, essential to patient care. Take time to thank a respiratory therapist by getting your COVID-19 vaccine today.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. That one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn on ones. The finger ones. The pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
We all smoked in those days. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now.
When you take your car in for an oil change, a good mechanic will also take care of other routine maintenance to make sure your car runs safely and efficiently. Protecting your health isn't much different. When you get a COVID-19 vaccine, it's important to make sure you're also protected from other serious but preventable diseases. It's easy and convenient to get other routine vaccines at the same time as a COVID-19 vaccine. So make sure you ask a healthcare professional about other vaccines you may need to maintain your health.
We are Sikhs, Sikh Americans.
We believe in equality,
tolerance, and respect for all.
Because Sikh values are American values.
We are doctors,
PTA moms,
patriots.
We are Americans. We like Game of Thrones.
I'm obsessed with Star Wars. I've seen every episode of SpongeBob because that's what my daughters like to watch.
We
are Sikhs.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Through the years, we've faced events that have challenged our lung health, and respiratory therapists saved lives through them all. We've come a long way since the iron lung, but respiratory therapy remains an essential piece to patient care. Heroically working on the front lines of COVID-19 and its new waves and variants, respiratory therapists save lives. Essential to patient care. Take time to thank a respiratory therapist by getting your COVID-19 vaccine today.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. That one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn-on ones, the finger ones, the pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
When you take your car in for an oil change, a good mechanic will also take care of other routine maintenance to make sure your car runs safely and efficiently. Protecting your health isn't much different. When you get a COVID-19 vaccine, it's important to make sure you're also protected from other serious but preventable diseases. It's easy and convenient to get other routine vaccines at the same time as a COVID-19 vaccine. So make sure you ask a healthcare professional about other vaccines you may need to maintain your health.
We all smoked in those days. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now.
Welcome, everyone, back to Duck Samford Field. Auburn High School Tigers playing in their spring game here today up on the Eufaula Tigers, 34-7. About 10 minutes left to go in halftime before we get started with the third period. In the first two periods today, you saw the Auburn High School team actually going to get to see a little bit more of the JV roster. In the second portion of this game, the third and fourth quarter is going to be the JV roster for the Auburn High Tigers. So we'll have some brand new faces to look at here. But let's go ahead. We'll look at a couple of upcoming things this year for the Tigers. So running down the schedule this year for the Auburn Tigers, they'll get started on August 19th as they play Hoover High School. That's right, the vaunted Hoover High School Bucks will get a game against the Auburn Tigers. That'll be at a neutral site. Enterprise is next on the schedule. That'll be August 27th. It'll be an away game. Then the Tigers will come home for their first action at Duck Samford Field right here in this stadium. Their home field. They're going to get Jeff Davis from Montgomery here September 9th. So that'll be 4 weeks actually into the high school season as they'll get a bye week in their third week. So Auburn going to have to go a little while before playing a home game this season. Then you go to Central. Excuse me, folks. Then you go, you do have a game against Central on October 14th and a game against Smith Station on October the 28th. The known games for the Auburn High School Tigers right now certainly going to be different. You're going to get Opelika on the schedule as the Opelika the Opelika High School Bulldogs going to be moving to 7A this season. So across most of the sports, Auburn and Opelika going to be meeting for more area action. As we look at last season's schedule, Auburn got it started with a 45-0 win over Park Crossing. Defeated Opelika, defeated Prattville, Dothan, Jeff Davis. Kicked up their first loss to Bob Jones, 42-21 here at home on a tough night. Then you went out to Phoenix City, you lose 21-7. Smith Station gets the comeback. You come back to Smith Station and you win that one 52-21. You get Enterprise. You lose a tough one to a very good IMG Academy team. And, boy, that was one where you had a lot of just four-star players come down from the IMG Academy. You had a good bit of talent on this Auburn team, and, boy, this Auburn team hung in there with them. You're going to miss a couple of guys from that offensive line just a year ago. And Eston Harris, Drew Bobo, all those guys were just stellar for the Tigers last season as they were very helpful against IMG Academy and the big schools like that. But then Baker High and Enterprise for the playoffs. But then the Tigers go down to Phoenix City and Central, lose that one 28-19 in the semifinals of the state playoffs last season. And so that ended the year for the Tigers, a 9-4 season just a year ago, as they get ready to take on the next step in the Auburn High School Tiger program. As Auburn gets ready again, they'll play a game against Hoover this upcoming season. Hoover always a very stout team to play against. You know their history. You know how good they are in the state of Alabama. Enterprise always a scrappy team. Jeff Davis, then you get him at home, and then you do have Central and Smith Station, an away game against Central this season, and you do get Smith Station at home. So a couple of area games there that you're hoping are going to go your way. Always a big rivalry between Central High School and Auburn. And then you also add Opelika into the mix along with a couple of other area teams. Well, right now, Auburn in their spring game 34-7 over the Eufaula Tigers. Eufaula, nice enough to come down for the spring game today. Auburn kind of doing the AHS day here on the blue and white at Duck Samford Stadium. JV team over here to our right getting ready. They're putting on their helmets, getting ready to come in and get some action against the Eufaula High Tigers. And this is always good for the JV squad to do. They get a look at a team that may be a little bit bigger and stronger than they are. And they know just what's coming up at the high school level. You certainly hope that you see a couple of guys kind of separate themselves from the pack here as they look to move their way up to the high school level, to the varsity level in the coming seasons. You know that that's the future. And so we're going to see a couple of guys who, you really hope that Auburn's going to be able to come back to in the next couple of years, and the high school team going to be able to put on the varsity team and really just kind of contribute for this program. A couple of names that we'll just kind of run down and give to you. Crawford Loveridge is going to be one of the quarterbacks for this team, the freshman. He wears number 11, a lot like Davis Harson is. Also number 12, Max Hammer, is the freshman quarterback for the JV team for these Auburn High School Tigers. You'll also see Kai Moss, the sophomore quarterback for the Tigers. A couple of other names as we just go down the list here. MJ McGee, the sophomore running back. He'll get a good bit of the snaps in there in the running back position. And you'll also have Anthony Wheat, the other sophomore running back, who will take a couple of snaps back there. We'll see a good bit of those position players. On the defensive side, we'll see Daniel Akpang. He's a defensive back. Gabriel Smith, a linebacker, the junior linebacker. And Kendrell Corbett, also another junior linebacker, who will get some action on the defensive side. You also have Noah McDonald, Deshaun Thomas, Abdul Yusefi on the wide receiver side, all juniors on this team. And so we're going to see if they can kind of make their way into a role on this varsity team throughout the year. Of course, you always got to be ready to go. Maybe if somebody goes down or if somebody just doesn't have is just not cutting it on the varsity level, you can always go up and down. And we're going to have to, you're going to have to see if you can keep guys fresh, keep them available for as long as you can, and keep them ready to go on the JV squad. So about to see these guys get ready to go. Davis Harson and the Auburn Tigers had a very good half offensively, and the defensive end, Graham Young, maybe the player of the half on defense for the Tigers, also had a couple of other guys in on some tackles. Sean Lawhorn had a really nice game. Clark Cleveland had a couple of really nice rundown plays for the Tigers, as well as Mark Tolan the defensive end for the Tigers. So throughout that first half, Auburn doing a really nice job of keeping Eufaula off the scoreboard. Second team defense does allow a touchdown, but Auburn able to get out ahead 34-7 in this one. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and take a couple more minutes on the Auburn High School Mass Media channel, run some ads for you, then come right back and give you the second half between the Eufaula High School Tigers and the Auburn High School Tigers in this Auburn High spring game. Right next on the Auburn High Mass Media channel.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Through the years, we've faced events that have challenged our lung health, and respiratory therapists saved lives through them all. We've come a long way since the iron lung, but respiratory therapy remains an essential piece to patient care. Heroically working on the front lines of COVID-19 and its new waves and variants, respiratory therapists save lives. Essential to patient care. Take time to thank a respiratory therapist by getting your COVID-19 vaccine today.
Getting set to go again here at Duck Samford Stadium in Auburn, Alabama. The Auburn High School team coming for their spring game against Eufaula. Eufaula able to make the drive down here as the Auburn Tigers play host to them. Now the Tigers getting set to run a couple of JV players on. But first, the kicking team will come out for the Auburn High Tigers. This is the varsity team that'll do some special teams play. But this sideline now is majority made up of junior varsity players for the Tigers. So we'll get to see a couple of guys get some action that you should be hearing a lot of in the coming years. So always a fun time to get to know the new guys, get to know some of the guys who are going to be making their way onto the varsity team here within the next couple of years. So getting set to go. Here is the kickoff. Kick is end over end and into the end zone. Deep back there for Eufaula is Russell. He'll catch it in the back of the end zone. And the Auburn Tigers will send out the defense. So initially we will get a couple more plays here by the varsity team. I'm going to send in a couple of the starters again. Graham Young out there for the Auburn High Tigers. Also number 7, Andre Emilis. Gonna get some action. Also in the game is Clark Cleveland. Here is the snap from Copeland Cotton, who had a big second quarter, and now he's going to have a big third quarter as he runs it all the way out to the midfield, breaking tackles up to the 40-yard line, out to the 30, and brought down there by Jalen Davis and the rest of the Auburn Tiger defense. Boy, Copeland Cotton right out of the gate using his legs, getting past midfield. Eufaula's in business here to start the third quarter. Russell was in motion. Copeland took that right up the middle, a big hole that the Eufaula offensive line created. Davis able to run him down. Here is the next play by Copeland Cotton. A throw over to number 4 on the end, breaks a couple of tackles. He's up to the 24-yard line and taken down finally by number 12, Coleman Granberry. On the catch for the Eufaula Tigers, that's number 4, Dominic Floyd. Floyd, the senior kind of skill position player, plays a little bit of everything for this Eufaula Tiger squad. First team defense getting eaten up a little bit by this Eufaula team to start this third quarter. Cotton takes a snap, gives it off to Russell left side. Russell running with room up ahead to the 15-yard line, puts his head down and gets past Graham Young up about the 15-yard line. Excuse me, that is actually a Slaughter. Slaughter instead of Russell. Slaughter in on the action on a couple plays here. Copeland Cotton in the backfield for the Eufaula Tigers. He's got 3 wide to the right side, 2 to the left, a 5-wide motion. He'll fake the handoff. Now will go right up the seam to a wide open tight end. He's got it for the touchdown. That's number 15, Le'Keviante Pugh. Le'Keviante Pugh, the junior wide out, goes right up the seam, able to reel in the grab from Copeland Cotton. And Eufaula on the board again with another touchdown. Boy, a nice drive by Copeland Cotton, taking his Tigers right down the field. Graham Young not able to catch up to that one for Auburn High. And Eufaula inching their way back here, 34-13 now. Extra point pending for the Eufaula Tigers. Number 47 for Eufaula in to kick this one up. That's Jario Salas. Salas, the place kicker, kicks this one up and through, and the Eufaula Tigers have cut this one again to a 20-point lead. It's 34-14. Auburn getting set to go on offense when we come back on the Auburn High School Mass Media channel.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Back to action at Duck Samford Stadium. Eufaula and Auburn going at it. Eufaula cuts the lead down to 34-14 here in the third quarter of action. 8 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock here. Salas back in to kick this one deep for the Eufaula Tigers. He's got it in the air as he boots it over to the right side, and now kicked over there by number 13. That's DJ Witcher, who was back to receive the kick. Kind of kicked it up off the grass over there. Don't know if he was going for that one. Very tough, as this has been nothing but fair catches and touchbacks today. Auburn offense back on the field. This is still the varsity team down there, so this is going to be Davis Harson in the offense once again. Harson in for what's going to be his 7th drive of the day. Harson came out a couple of drives ago, was kind of shaking that hand and then kind of walked gingerly off. We're not sure if he just kind of got shaken up on the play, but Harson now back in there checking the wristband for a play with 8:20 left to go in this third quarter of action. Harson claps his hands, now gives this one off to Williams, running right up the middle, now puts his head down up to the 35-yard line. Ball is loose. Yanze Pierre comes out of there with it for the Eufaula Tigers. They will rule Williams down, though. And, boy, that's the third time that an Auburn Tiger has fumbled the ball. And not ruled a fumble necessarily, but third time that Auburn has lost the ball close to being down there. And, boy, that's a concerning thing. If you're the Tigers, you would love to see no real problems like that with hanging on to the ball. Tigers seem to be putting the ball loose as they get close to the ground. 2nd and 5 for Harsin and the offense. Here's a throw over to McLean on the left side. He's up to the 45-yard line, and he'll be ahead for a first down with 7.5 minutes to go. Believe that is Aiden Hansen rather than Griffin McLean, both listed as 81. Griffin a tight end, Aiden a wide receiver. Believe that may be Aiden Hansen, wearing number 81, so we apologize to Aiden if that is him out there. Now in motion goes Logan Blomeyer, but play is called dead at the 45-yard line before they can start. And a false start on, I believe they're going to get this. Will they get this on Blomeyer? Maybe an illegal procedure there by the Tigers. So that'll move Auburn back to the 40-yard line. A 1st and 15 going to be in store here for the Tigers with 7 minutes left to go in the third period. 34-14, 6:55 left to go in the third quarter. We're at Auburn High School. This is the Auburn High spring game. Eufaula nice enough to come all the way out here on this gorgeous Thursday night. Here's the snap to Davis Harsin. He throws the screen pass to Blomeyer. Blomeier's got it at the 40. Tries to find some running room up ahead to the 45. He'll get ahead to the 47-yard line of Auburn. And that'll set up a 2nd and 8. So a nice play by Auburn to get an intermediate gain there. Blomeyer went in on the inverted screen. Was able to go right under the blocker, number 54, Eric Patrick, who was out there blocking for him. Able to grab it, come ahead for about, that actually going to save the gain of 8 yards there. So 2nd and 7 set up. Good job by Blomeyer to get half of it back. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left in the slot. Harsin claps his hands, now gives this one up. No, now he'll keep it on the right side, head back to midfield, and across midfield to the 45-yard line. He'll be up ahead to the 43-yard line where he's marked down. Another first down for the Auburn Tigers as they're in business once again. Harsin has run the zone read a couple of times tonight very well. So 5:41 left to go, third quarter of action. A couple of wide receivers now to Harsin's left. In the backfield is Tyler Flakes, the junior running back. He comes to the left side now of Harsin. Harsin calls for motion from Townsend. Takes the snap, gives this one off to Flakes. Flakes over the right side, brought down by Pierre at the 38, 37-yard line. They're going to mark that one. A 6-yard run by Tyler Flakes going to set up 2nd and 4. Yanze Pierre for the Eufaula Tigers, the highest-ranked recruit on this team. So got another one in Patrick Screws. Plays the offensive and defensive line. Number 9, Yanze Pierre, down close to us. An Alabama commit, the 4-star edge player. And number 72, Patrick Screws, the defensive lineman. Probably going to be used for an offensive lineman. Hand off to Tyler Flakes up the middle, going to the left. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but he does kind of beat his way through out to the 34-yard line where he falls down. Stop was made by number 2 for the Eufaula Tigers. That's Markia Harris. Harris, the junior linebacker, able to pull down Flakes on the left side. 4.5 left to go in the third quarter of action. 3rd and 1 for the Auburn High offense at the 34. They need the 33 to keep this one going. Auburn up on Eufaula 34-14. In this Auburn High spring game action, Davis Harsin patrolling the offense. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Now he'll take it to the right side. He's got room out to the 33. Now cuts it back. I think they're going to give him the first down as he got ahead to about the 32.5-yard line or so. Yes, they will give him the first down. So Davis Harsin takes it over the right side. Looked like he kind of sidestepped right at the marker. Wasn't sure if he actually got the first down, but he does pick it up, and the Tigers have a new set of downs with 3:43 left to go in the third. Well, you like to see Harsin in his methodical drives thus far. Number 11 has come out gunslinging for the Tigers. He's also run the zone read very well. Mixing in the run with the pass are the Tigers so far. Davion Williams back in the backfield, the senior running back for the Tigers. On the right side of Harsin. Blomeyer in motion. Now Williams takes the handoff up to the 30. He's got a hold of the 25-20 to the 15. Almost breaks a tackle, but gets ahead to the 10-yard line, and the Tigers have another first down. Into the red zone again. The Tigers go with 3:09 left to go in the third period. Tigers knocking on the door of the blue and white grass. Davis Harson has led 6 drives. Yes, that's correct. 6 drives tonight. 5 of them have resulted in touchdowns. I'm sorry. 5 drives Harson has led. 4 of them have resulted in touchdowns. Auburn has had 6 drives where 5 of them have resulted in touchdowns. In motion is Williams. Harson takes the snap, now throws the tunnel screen. Almost picked off back there by the Eufaula defensive end. That was number 44, Randy Screws, brother of Patrick Screws, the sophomore linebacker who got back in the backfield. Almost blew up that tunnel screen over there as Harson tried to hit Nation going back inside. But no harm, no foul, 2nd and 9. A running clock here in the 3rd quarter. We're down to 2:05 left to go in this penultimate quarter of action. Davis Harson with Williams in the pistol. Now moves to his right side. Blomeyer in motion. Give is to Williams. Williams over the left side, off tackle to the 5. Breaks his way into the end zone. That's an Auburn High touchdown. Davion Williams, his 3rd touchdown of the night, and the Tigers go up 40-14. That's now 7 drives. Auburn has scored on 6 of them. Davis Harson, the operator of 5 of those touchdown drives thus far. The other one comes from Clyde Pittman, the senior quarterback. A great night for both quarterbacks thus far, and a great night for Davion Williams. Over 100 yards, all-purpose yards, close to 150 now for the back. Here is the extra point. This is Ellie Rodning, kicker for the Auburn High Tigers. Ellie puts that one up and through the uprights. And there's another point on the board for the Auburn High Tigers. So with 1:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter of action, it's Auburn 41, Eufaula 14. We come right back. Tigers are back on defense after this on the Auburn High School Mass Media channel.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Welcome back to the Auburn High School spring game. Believe this is Oliver Harmon who's making his way into the game for the Tigers. Looks like he has the JV jersey on, and number 33, the kicker, is Oliver Harmon. That may be Towns Magoo, but he will kick this one away into the end zone. Falling back is number 16 for the Eufaula Tigers. That's Zakiah Steele who brings that one in. He'll take a fair catch, and Eufaula will begin their drive out at the 30-yard line. Well, 1:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter of action. The Auburn High Tigers come back out on defense. Starter still in the game for the Auburn High Tigers, getting a lot of game reps. Copeland Cotton for the Eufaula Tigers has been the quarterback on every single possession. He has been relied on heavily thus far. Got a couple of touchdown passes in this one, and he's tasked with going up against this Auburn High squad once again. And the first play of this drive, he takes it to the left side, but he is swallowed up in the backfield. Number 12, Coleman Granberry in on the stop. Couple of other Tigers in there. We'll have to look at the replay to see who that was. Believe that may have been number 60, Dawson Price, who gets in the backfield to take him down. Price a little hobbled with his right foot. But Copeland Cotton taking it over to the left side, nowhere to go, and loses 2 yards on the play. So 2nd and 12 now for the Eufaula Tigers, coming out with 3 wide to the left, 2 far to the right. In motion is the Eufaula wide receiver. He is hit hard by Clark Cleveland, the linebacker. Play was blown dead before it began, but Clark Cleveland comes through and lays a lick on number 5, Javarius Washington, the senior wideout for the Eufaula Tigers. Believe we're going to get an offsides penalty. Don't believe that was on Cleveland, as he shot the cap and was right there. So a nice play by Cleveland, but it won't matter as a 5-yard penalty moves ahead. Eufaula looks like they're going to run a similar play. No, it'll be a play action. Copeland Cotton up the middle, and he's brought down. Brought down on the sack. Guess who? Number 25, Clark Cleveland, back in the backfield once again, the senior linebacker. Clark Cleveland, a couple of big hits on 2 back-to-back plays. And now it'll bring up 3rd and 9 with 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Auburn trying to get off the field once again. Copeland Cotton ready to take the snap. In the backfield, 3-step drop, now throw slant pass. Intercepted! Intercepted by Auburn. Coleman Granberry, he will take it to the house. Coleman Granberry steps in front of the slant pass across the middle, takes it back to the blue and white grass for the Auburn High Tigers, and Auburn is up 47-14 on Eufaula. Nice play by Coleman as he just kind of hung out, spied that quarterback, was able to pick off the pass at the 30-yard line. Nobody was going to catch him as he backpedaled into the end zone, and the Auburn High Tigers have lengthened this lead out to 47-14. In to kick this one through now, Will Best, the senior kicker. Going to get his chances once again. Already a couple of made PATs on the night. He'll try to make it 3-4-3 from the 10-yard line. That's something that Auburn would like to get a little bit more of this year, is the production by their defense to pick off passes, to force those turnovers, and to even score off of those turnovers. Kick is up by Best. That one is through the uprights, and Auburn is up 48-14 on the Eufaula Tigers. So after the pick six, Tigers move to that lead with 13.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter of action. We'll be right back on the other side of this break on the Auburn High School Mass Media channel.
Through the years, we've faced events that have challenged our lung health, and respiratory therapists saved lives through them all. We've come a long way since the iron lung, but respiratory therapy remains an essential piece to patient care. Heroically working on the front lines of COVID-19 and its new waves and variants, respiratory therapists save lives, essential to patient care. Take time to thank a respiratory therapist by getting your COVID-19 vaccine today.
Back inside Duck Samford Stadium, Coleman Granberry picks off the pass from Copeland Cotton and takes it back 30 yards to the end zone for the pick six. And with 13.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Auburn on top in this one big, 48-14 over the Eufaula Tigers. Getting set to kick this one off now, number 23, Jaden Goodall will do the kicking duties. Another senior kicker on this team for the Tigers. He'll take his steps back to the right side, ready to kick it off. Once again, Eufaula with 3 returners back deep. Takes a run on it. Couple of JV players in there for you now. Number 29 on the JV squad, Omar Mabson, in there on the kickoff coverage team, as well as I believe that's number 49. And I don't have a name on number 49, so unfortunately, not going to be able to get you a name on him, but one of those guys, Omar Mabson, makes his way in, the freshman running back. At least gets to see the field here in this spring game. 13 seconds left to go in the third period. Eufaula down big, trying to put a couple of drives together. Copeland Cotton has been out there every drive for the Tigers of Eufaula. The red and white. Now he takes the snap. He'll keep it to the right side, but not before he is blown up in the backfield by number 40, Jace Williams. Williams, the junior linebacker, picks up his first tackle of the day way back at about the 24-yard line. No, the 25, they'll say. Copeland Cotton took it to the right side, was blown up back there by Jace Williams. Nice play by the junior linebacker, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. 10 more minutes left to go of action in this Auburn High School spring game. Tigers on top of Eufaula big, 48-14.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The, that one. the itchy ones, the never forgotten ones, the ones grown by Dad, the ones grown for Dad, the started late ones, the absolutely filthy ones, the drawn-on ones, the finger ones, the pin ones, the I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Duck Samford Stadium, Auburn High on top of Eufaula 48-14. It's the Auburn High School spring game going on here at Duck Samford Stadium, home of the Auburn Tigers. Copeland Cotton back in the shotgun for the Eufaula Tigers. Check that. That's a new quarterback now in for Eufaula. He breaks a couple of tackles, makes his way up to about the 26-yard line where he's pulled down. Actually going to give him the 27. That's number 11 now for the Eufaula Tigers, the second stringer for Eufaula. Ben Jackson, the sophomore quarterback, going to get a rep here. So Ben Jackson does come in, get a snap. We may go to another quarterback here, but not before. Looks like we got an injured Auburn Tiger down on the field. We believe that's Amias Greathouse. Greathouse usually wearing number 98, donning the number 78 jersey here tonight. He's a junior defensive lineman for the Tigers. Looks like there's something going on with maybe his left ankle, maybe a left knee problem as he sits around the 29-yard line. With about 9:20 left to go in this one, we'll see if the Auburn Tigers choose to maybe get a couple of junior varsity guys in. A lot of guys down there, if you can see it on your screen there, you have a couple of guys who have the I guess kind of the USC Trojan look, if you will. They've got the white and gray stripes on the shoulders down at the sideline. The varsity level guys do not have those on their shoulder pads, and so that's how we're able to tell those guys apart. Right now, don't see any guys out there with the shoulder pad stripes on. Just the guys. Believe this is all varsity guys still out on the field for the Tigers. It can get a little mixed up with the numbers, but fortunately able to tell them apart with that feature. Now a new quarterback once again in the game for the Eufaula Tigers. This is number 16. This is Zakiah Steele, who's going to run to the right side, and he'll be brought down by number 44. Ty Hudson gets over to the left side of the field. A flag is down back at the 22-yard line. Ty Hudson, his second tackle of the evening, but we'll have to check out the flag. Hudson made his way over from the right side of the field. Sophomore linebacker. And with 9:05 left to go, believe the penalty was declined there. That may have been illegal procedure on the Eufaula Tigers. Ben Jackson will come back into the game on 4th and 13. Eufaula going to try to throw all their bullets here. No, now they'll send in the punt team. Jackson came back out to run a 4th down attempt. Now will come off as Eufaula is just going to punt this one away. Number 16 for the Tigers. Cody Palmer going to go back to receive this one. With 8:40 left to go in the 4th period of action, Eufaula getting ready to punt this one away. Now a whistle going to stop play. We'll have to see what this is with 8:30 left to go now. Clock's still running. We're going to get a delay of game on Eufaula, actually, as the play clock runs out. Yeah, Ben Jackson had come on the field for Eufaula, then exited the game as he realized that with 4th and 13, Eufaula was going to have to punt it away. So now 4th and 18, Eufaula back to their 23-yard line this is. But they will punt it away now. 8:07 left to go. Back is Palmer. He's under it at the 41-yard line. He pulls it in. And the Auburn Tigers will go from our right to left on your screen with 8 minutes left to go in this one. Into the game now for the Tigers, number 29. That's a junior varsity player. That's Omar Mabson, who was just in on special teams a moment ago. We'll see what the Tigers choose to do here. Also going to send in number 2, Kai Moss, the sophomore quarterback, currently on the junior varsity level. Kai going to get some action here. We'll see what he can do. Kai not wearing the junior varsity jersey, but is on the junior varsity level. First play is a give to Mabson. Mabson up the middle. He's at the midfield. Now at the 40. Nobody's going to catch him. To the 20, to the 10, to the 5. He's into the end zone. Omar Mabson takes his first handoff to the house for the Auburn High Tigers. Omar Mabson, the freshman running back, gets the handoff up the middle from Kai Moss, able to cut it to the left side, and he outruns the entire Eufaula defense to the end zone. Omar going to be a good one, folks. Watch out for that name in the coming years. 7.5 minutes left to go. Tigers have broken this one open 54-14 with 7:20 left to go now in the fourth quarter in a running clock situation. Tigers get a big run from freshman running back Omar Mabson. Auburn does not have many players in there. Only 8 players on the field right now for the Tigers. Kick by number 30 from the junior varsity squad. We actually do not have a name for number 30. We believe that may be Brady Reeder, listed as number 32. Reeder kicks that one up and through. We'll assume it's Reeder, so a 55-14 game now for Auburn. Not going to call not enough players on the field. Auburn had only 8 players, but the extra point is kicked through, and so with 6.5 minutes left to go on a running clock, Auburn is just going to send the kicking unit back onto the field. 55-14 here at Duck Samford Stadium. Tigers will head to the other side of the field. Number 33, Towns McGuff, going to kick this one off from the 40-yard line. Eufaula going to fall back. And this Auburn Tiger team, you got to like what you've seen from the offense tonight. Davis Harson comes out, gives you 5 touchdown drives on 6 drives that he was in. You also get a good performance from Clyde Pittman, the senior quarterback, who was able to come in, lead Auburn down to 2 drives of his own to punch it in. And there, Omar Mabson takes the first play that him and Kai Moss see in the backfield, the tandem from the junior varsity level. And they run it 60 yards to the house on the first play. So Auburn on top, 55-14. A lot of offensive fireworks tonight. Kick is deep. Back is number 16 for the Eufaula Tigers, Zakiah Steele. The sophomore hauls it in, and Eufaula will come out to the 30-yard line. Well, we've got 6.5 minutes left to go. Tigers sending out a couple of new faces. We see number 42 from the junior varsity level come on. That is Michael Foster, the sophomore defensive lineman. He'll come in, play the defensive end spot for the Tigers. Also on the field, a couple of other names. We mentioned Ty Hudson out there. Down on the near side, that's number 17, Maddox Jones, also going to get some action here. Thomas takes the snap for the Eufaula Tigers, tries to throw it up the field well behind the intended receiver over there on the coverage, number 48, Anthony McCall, the senior defensive back. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 in the fourth quarter of action. Well, all but a formality now as the Tigers likely going to win this spring game. So you certainly always love to do that. Auburn Tiger defense still working out some kinks out there. Snap to Thomas. Now he gives it inside to his running back, and he has gobbled up at the 29-yard line for Eufaula. I believe that's number 35. Or is that number 38, John Allen? Well, that is number 35. Javian Reeves, the junior running back, takes it on the carry, not able to get anywhere. And as you hear from the PA announcer, number 42, Michael Foster, makes the stop for the Tigers. Check that. That's Justice Wall. Here is the next play of scrimmage. Number 18 in for the Eufaula Tigers. That's DeMarcus Cobb, the senior quarterback. Intended for number 17, John Jackson. Wasn't able to pull that one in. On the coverage again, number 48, Anthony McCall, over on the far side. So 4th and 11 now brought up for the Eufaula Tigers. They're going to punt it away. Cody Palmer standing back at the 35-yard line. Punt is right to him at about the 36-yard line. He will barely have to move for that one. And the Tigers will get another offensive set here with 5:41 left to go. Well, game moving along now at a bit of a slow pace here. Tigers going to send the offense back out. This is number 26, Anthony Wheat, now going to come in at running back for the Auburn Tigers. Another junior varsity running back. And now here is a junior varsity level quarterback. Here comes Crawford Luffridge. Luffridge, a freshman quarterback, going to come in for a drive of his own here with Anthony Wheat in the backfield alongside him. Number 32, Burson Darasant, also in the game, a senior wide receiver on the far side. Wheat moves to the right. Now back to the left as he gets instructions from Luffridge. Takes the snap, does Luffridge, gives it off to Wheat. Wheat some hard running up the middle, cuts it back to the 40-yard line, and he's down at about the 42-yard line. A couple of nice hard runs by some junior varsity level running backs thus far. Now into the game, Auburn will switch out a couple of guys. Max Hammer going to come in and run quarterback for the Auburn Tigers, another junior varsity player. Max Hammer, another freshman quarterback. Behind him, it looks like that might be Kamari Russell behind him. No, check that. That's going to be number 35, Jaquan Eads. Eads takes a handoff to the left side. He's got a big hold of midfield to the 45-40. Abrucas ahead to the 35-30. Stays on his feet up ahead to the 27 and pulled down. A big run by Jaquan Eads up ahead, number 85. Blocking for him on that one, that's Coleman Massey, who was out ahead blocking for the big run. And with 4 minutes and 58 seconds left to go, we're going to get a timeout as the ball moves ahead to the 28-yard line. So a big run again by an Auburn High School junior varsity running back. And boy, these young guys are coming in. They're running the ball well tonight. Some good action behind Davion Williams, the senior running back who will be gone after this season. A couple of other guys for Auburn right now. Jaden Griffin, of course, the junior back for the Tigers. You also get Xavier Alexander, another junior running back, as well as Tyler Flakes makes his way onto the field. A couple of big runs between them tonight, but possibly the biggest story of the night is the run by Omar Mabson. The freshman running back takes it 60 yards for a touchdown on his first touch. And now Jaquan Eads takes it to the left side for about a 32-yard gain as he gets it down inside Eufaula territory to the 28-yard line. Auburn to be set up 1st and 10. Back into the game is Kai Moss, the sophomore quarterback from the junior varsity level. Right behind him is MJ McGee, another sophomore running back. So another running back in to get a couple of carries for the Auburn Tigers. Moss takes a snap, gives it off in the backfield to McGee. McGee is going nowhere as the Eufaula defense corralled him in the backfield. McGee will flip it to the referee, and here comes a new cavalry of Auburn Tigers onto the field. Going to try to get you as many names as we can. Crawford Luffridge comes back to the game, number 43 into the game for Auburn. That's Colin Long, the senior tight end. Also into the game, number 26, Anthony Wheat back into the game at running back. Number 83 also in for the Tigers, Michael Ammons up at the far side. And also down here, we mentioned Colin Long in the slot. Give to Wheat up the middle, a big hole all the way up to the 23-yard line. Now the 22, Anthony Wheat running hard as well. And the Tigers, just a flurry of backs that they're throwing at the Eufaula Tigers right now. MJ McGee now back into the game. Number 12, Max Hammer also into the game again. Number 58 now, Caden Neighbors going to come play some offensive line for the Tigers. Also in down bottom of your screen over here, it's going to be Coleman Massey, the wide receiver in. McGee comes up beside Hammer, now takes the handoff. Hammer held it, but McGee couldn't do anything with it. He was met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Lost a couple of yards on the play back to the 26-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th and I believe it's going to be 8 yards. Tigers will keep the offense on the field here. MJ McGee, and now it's going to be Kai Moss who will come into the game. Auburn with the rotation here. Kind of the merry-go-round of quarterbacks going on the field right now. Merry-go-round of a lot of players right now. On the field also, number 32, Burson Darasant on the far side. Also number 86 in for the Tigers. That's Darrell Gibbs, the junior wide out. A flag going to come in on the play here. Number 24, Tyler McKinnell, also into the game. The junior tied in for the Tigers in at the slot. We've got number 70 in at right tackle for the Auburn Tigers. We believe that's Carter Robinson. He's actually at right guard. Also have number 70. Well, we had number 71. That's Carter Robinson. Also have number 70 out at right tackle from the junior high level. Don't believe we have a number on him. We think that's Avery Ferris on the varsity level, but we are not sure. Here is a fourth and very long for the Auburn Tigers, but not before a flag comes in. Going to move Auburn back again. 4th and 18 now, a false start going to be called. A couple of other players now coming in. Matthew Givens, the sophomore offensive lineman on the junior varsity level, going to come in. Number 51, that may be Ashton Crittenton who has come in. Kai Moss in the backfield on 4th and 18. MJ McGee right behind him, comes up to the left side. Moss takes a snap, now gives it to McGee. Eufaula in the backfield. McGee trying to slip away but can't go anywhere as he is brought down back at the 45-yard line. Eufaula just selling out for the run the last couple of plays. They're able to stop it, and they'll get the ball back with 2:20 left to go. Just a formality now. Auburn up in this one, 55-14. Eufaula going to send the team back onto the field, just trying to pick up a couple of yards to get out of here. Ben Thomas back in for the Eufaula Tigers. Auburn, on the other hand, will send out a couple of names. We'll try to run through them. Noah Branyan, the sophomore defensive end, going to get some time here. Also in the middle, number 69, that's Tariq Dillard, another sophomore defensive lineman. In at linebacker, number 27, Parker Adamson, a sophomore linebacker. Here is Ben Thomas, fakes the handoff, now runs right, has a little bit of hole, but not before he is swallowed up. That hole closed very quickly. Number 16 in on the action. That's Jackson Mills, who came up and made the big stop. 2 minutes left to go. More substitutions coming in. Number 17, John Evans into the game, a defensive back, the sophomore. Number 7 also on the field from the junior varsity level. That's Jackson Lavorne. Number 5 way back at safety. That's LaMichael Gunn, the sophomore defensive back. Snap to Thomas, fumbled it, picked it back up. Now running left, being chased by number 17 on the junior varsity level, John Evans, but not before he is wrapped up and hit hard by number 30, also from the junior varsity level. That's Jalen Griffin in there. The sophomore linebacker lays a lick on Ben Thomas at about the 48-yard line. Boy, that toughness is going to be good to see for this Auburn Tiger coaching staff from the junior varsity level. A couple of players coming on and off now, folks. We're trying to get you as many names as possible here. Number 17, yeah, again, that's John Evans, who was in pursuit, at least, of Ben Thomas. Now back into the game for Eufaula, the quarterback, or the third-string quarterback, DeMarcus Cobb. Cobb in the backfield, ready to take the snap. 1:06 remaining as we wind down this Auburn High spring game. 2nd and 11 for the Eufaula Tigers. Number 68 on the junior varsity level, Zay Brown into the game, the sophomore defensive lineman. Cobb takes the snap, the lefty throws over to the left side, tipped up in the air, almost intercepted over there by number 25, Kamari Russell, another sophomore defensive back from the junior varsity level. Number 30 also on the coverage, that's Jalen Griffin, as we mentioned just a moment ago. Now coming in, a lot of substitutions for the Auburn Tigers. Number 88, Ivy Foster for the Tigers. Number 10, Jakari Walker will also make his way into the game on the far side. Number 16, that's Ricky Alvarado, the sophomore defensive back over here to the near side. Number 4, Jaston Hall, the defensive back, the safety sophomore back here, going to play for a couple of plays here. Also back into the game, number 7, Jackson Lavorne, the sophomore linebacker. Up at the line we mentioned a moment ago, Owen Murphy, I believe, is also into the game for the Tigers. Snap is back. Eufaula going to punt this one away. Back to receive it is number 4, Jaston Hall, who has not really been in punt return duties. Auburn lined up in a defensive package, had to run a returner back there. Jaston Hall, don't believe he has returned a whole lot of punts in his day, had to go back and receive it. So Auburn going to get one more drive here, 53 seconds left to go. Just a formality to get out of this one. The Auburn offense coming back on. Again, going to try to get you as many names as we can as they come in. We apologize if we miss anyone that's out on the field, but we'll try to get you all we can. Number 22, Will Watley, the wide receiver, going to come in on the far side. Also number 80 for the Tigers, Noah McDonald, the junior wide out. Down here closest to us, number 89, we do not have a name. Do not have a name for him. We apologize for that. Max Hammer into the game for the Tigers. Check that. That's Crawford Luffridge, the freshman quarterback. Also right behind him, Anthony Wheat. Wheat to the left. No, right behind. Now he's to the left of Luffridge. Snap to Luffridge. He has it off the left side, running right-handed. Breaks a tackle, gets out to the 27, now the 28-yard line. Brought down there by number 25 for the Eufaula Tigers, Taylor Morrow, the junior defensive back. In the game now, number 79, Matthew Givens, the sophomore offensive lineman, going to get some work here with 30 seconds to go. This one winding down, maybe one more play here in the spring game for the Tigers. In is Max Hammer to run the offense one more time with Jaquan Eads in the backfield, who's already got a big run on the night. Number 3 also into the game, Charlie Ward, the sophomore receiver. Handoff is to Eads. Eads breaks a tackle at the 30, breaks another tackle, still running up ahead of the 40-yard line and pushed out of bounds with 8 seconds left. Clock has been stopped. Auburn going to get to run one more play here. They will send in number 51. We believe that's Ashton Crittenton. We do not have a name for number 51 from the JV level. We apologize if that's not Ashton. Here is Kai Moss back into the game. Now the clock hits 0. Kai not going to get to run a play. That is how the game will end. Auburn puts a hurting on the Eufaula Tigers, 55-14, to kind of open the 2022 season here at Duck Samford Stadium. The spring game with these Auburn High School Tigers as they defeat Eufaula 55-14. Braden Joyner, who scored a touchdown, had a couple of big tackles on the night, out to lead the handshake line for the Tigers. And, boy, some big-time performances tonight from namely the Auburn High School running backs. You get big runs, a 100-yard night from Davion Williams. We'll go ahead and give out our player of the game here, though. Davion Williams with over 150 purpose yards, 3 touchdowns on the night. He is our Auburn High Tiger of the game. A couple of other honorable mentions. Davis Harson comes in, leads Auburn on 5 of his 6 drives. Auburn scores touchdowns. They score 7 touchdowns tonight in total. They score 8 touchdowns tonight in total on 10 drives. The Auburn High offense looked very sharp tonight in their win over the Eufaula Tigers. The defense also getting in on some action. The first team defense not giving up any points tonight against Eufaula, as the Tigers were only able to muster up 14, both of those coming against the second-team defense when those guys were in. A couple of good performances also tonight from the JV level. You have a good run by Omar Matheson. He only gets 1 touch on the night. It's a 60-yard run to the house. The freshman running back takes it all the way. Big-time up-and-coming player for the Tigers. Certainly excited about him. Anthony Wheat rips off a couple of runs. Also, Jaquan Eads able to rip off a nice 32-yard run earlier in this game. He only had a couple of touches, but did a very nice job running for the Tigers. Elsewhere, you get big performances from Grand Young. Tyler Flakes also gets into the game, plays nicely. Jaden Griffin, another running back, gets a lot of catches. Jaden Griffin, a lot of rushes tonight, even had a touchdown. Ian Nation also with a TD on the night. Nation was able to pull in 3 catches. You get a big performance from Marcellus Josephson, able to reel in 2 balls, one of them a 33-yard strike from Davis Harson to get Auburn in position down at the 2-yard line. You also get a fridge touchdown, a fullback, and a style touchdown from Braden Joyner running up the middle And boy, you got to think that this Auburn Tiger team, even after losing all they did on both lines this past season, they are looking like they're going to be pretty stout up front once again. Well, from Duck Samford Stadium, I am Jack Hudden, been your lead broadcaster for the night. 55-14, the Auburn Tigers take it over the Eufaula High School Tigers. We appreciate you tuning in tonight on the Auburn High School Mass Media, and our next broadcast here for the Auburn High School football team going to come in August. We will see you in a few months for Auburn High School Tiger football. Once again, I have been Jack Hudden, and we thank you for watching on the Auburn High School Mass Media channel.